Freestyle Drive, my man Hazerd. What's going on, my brother?
Hey man, thanks for having me.
No doubt,
you know
man.
This is I'm looking forward to this. This was circled on my trip.
Visiting from California,
Yes,
right?
Sir. Yes,
Where
sir.
in Cali you from?
I'm from the IE, about 40 miles east of Los Angeles. Shouts out to the Valley though. I stay out in the 818 now, and that's like 25 miles north of Los Angeles. So, but yeah,
What was it like? What was it like growing up out there?
Regular shit, like you kind of could. You're always gonna, everywhere you go, there you are, right? So like whatever you kind of gravitate to. Definitely, like my whole family's from East LA. When we moved in the 90s, the idea was like you're moving to the suburbs to get away from the bullshit.
I got it.
And what ended up happening was, like, my parents had the right idea, but I was just a young knucklehead, so they thought like, oh, okay, like we moved out here, this, it's cool, and they just kind of let me be, and I've, found my, found my way into trouble regardless, I guess.
Okay.
So, but I mean, no, it's cool, I
trouble,
love it.
A lot of trouble.
I mean, enough to put me in prison.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Shit.
yeah, I mean, I'm a 2-striker under the California 3-strike law.
Wow.
They're doing a lot of like reformation,
shit,
yeah.
yeah.
Like a lot of that right now, sentencing reforms and whatnot. It don't really affect me. I've been home now for a minute, but yeah, man. I mean, I was an asshole for sure. The way I always say it is like, I wish I could go back and talk to myself, but then at the same time, it's like it made me who I am.
I got it.
So
I saw you
take
did
it
that
with
video in
pride.
Times Square where you was talking about being locked up and the two influences. Like, it's almost like the right shoulder and the left shoulder, kind of.
It more so for me, because I think like I knew right from wrong. Like I had parents who loved me, but I knew right from wrong. I chose to be an idiot. I think more what I was talking about is it's really easy to allow negativity, like with respects to like naysayers or people trying to downplay what you do. It's easy to allow that type of energy in. You know what I mean? It'll creep in, like you won't even realize it. So
because you were kind of talking about, you was talking to two people who was locked up, one of them for life, one of them not for life. But the dude for life was like trying to be positive, like see the world and shit.
Try to push me to do better for myself. And then the one that he had a bunch. Don't get me wrong, he had like 50 years to do or something, but he didn't have life. So
okay, got it.
In there, that makes a difference just with respect to like your custody classification, certain privileges lifers just don't get. If you have that L on the end of your number, or if it's just a straight life sentence. There's just certain privileges that they don't get, certain action they don't see, and then if you have like a big number, where theoretically you might die in prison anyways, 50, 75 years, whatever. A lot of times people will take those because of sentencing reforms.
I got it. Okay.
At some point they try to get some action at it, whatever. But that dude was just bitter. And that was what I was talking about. I was saying, like, you got a guy never coming home, and he was super positive to me, encouraged me to be better for myself, encouraged me to like sign up for college courses while I was in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, hey, bro, you should do this and you should do that. And you would have thought he was coming home right behind me, and trying to set me up for good so I could help him when he came home. You know what I'm saying? That was the way he acted, and and then the other gentleman was just super negative. And I just said, like, in life you're always gonna have that. You're gonna have people that'll want to build you up. Find your village. You know what I'm saying? Like find your crowd, find those people that'll help,
guide you in the right direction,
guide you in the right direction,
have your back, or yeah.
All of that, because ultimately it takes a village. Right?
It's almost like that saying, misery loves company.
Like attracts like. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're putting that out there, if you're putting that kind of energy out there, what kind of people do you expect to be around you?
So when did you start rapping? Was this before you got locked up?
Oh yeah, bro. I've been in love since day one, dog. Yeah, I mean, like the first time I heard like Easy, Boys in the Hood, I heard. I remember like some of my earliest memories of like listening to LL Cool J, the Beastie Boys. NWA, I just remember being hooked, just loving the way that that the drums sounded, you know what I'm saying? And then listen, like when you got somebody like a LL, or you have somebody with these classic records, and like, it's, to me, it's the perfect bar is what I call it, right? Like, it doesn't have to be that it's just out of this world punchline, super intricate. It's just that it sounds perfect on that song at that point, right? And when you hear that perfect rhyme, you hear that perfect bar, you hear that perfect line, it makes you go, oh, you know. It doesn't have to always be the coldest, slickest triple entendre. Sometimes you can just be like, I like the way he flipped that. Like, I like how he said it, right? So, just kind of falling in love with the art form of that, bro. Like, really, really. And then learning also, I think, like, when I was little, I was just such a fan of it. I was like, I could never. And then I loved it so much, I listened to it so much, I was like, why don't I try? You know, so going from being a fan of it, and that never changes, I'm still a fan, but like going from being a fan of the art form to wanting to practice the art form.
When did you start taking it seriously? Like, I really want to pursue this, so...
Right. I think that I always had kind of like a natural knack for it. And like I put a CD out shit before I went to prison. I was like 18 years old. We didn't know what we were doing, bro. I literally went, grabbed the CD, like, you know, bought 1,000 CDs from downtown LA, 1,000 jewel cases, got 1,000 inserts printed up, did the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Flipped them.
That's dope.
And this is before social media. This is like the beginning of MySpace, right? This is 05, 06. And I was like, I was all in. But the problem with my homie used to tell me all the time, like, your problem is that you're rapping about what you're doing.
Which was
that was always, you know, that was always that thing. He goes, the problem is you're rapping about what you're doing. Okay. So you're doing what you're rapping about.
But isn't that what you're supposed to kind of rap about?
Right, right.
Or does it mean like an incriminating way in that sense?
What he meant was like, bro, every song is gangster out of here, and this is how you're living your life. Like, you know, that was his thing always. He's like, the problem is you really do what you rap about. You rap about some crazy shit. And and then right after that, you know, I went to jail for like a year. I came home. I got arrested again. I was on bail, and then I went to prison for 5 years.
Wow.
When I came home from the 5 is when my whole attitude had shifted toward music. It was like, I got to make this work one way or the other.
Did being incarcerated influence you to take it more serious? Were you rapping in jail? Were you writing in jail?
I was forever rapping. The problem, I think my issue was like, with such limited resources, like, it got frustrating at a certain point. I remember there was a point where I did a lot of writing, and then I stopped because I felt like I was almost repeating myself. There was no growth because I'm writing everything a cappella. I'm pounding on the desk to the same stupid little beat. You know what I'm saying? And pounding on my chest, beating on my chest, and the whole thing. And then, you know, like rapping. It's like, man, these cadences all sound the same. They all, you know. So it was like, I kind of did it like when I was in general population or whatever. I would just kind of live my life. And then anytime, I always said, like, if I go to the hole, I'll write some raps down. So like every time I went to the hole, I'll come out with like a stack of rhymes. Wow. You know, because it was there by myself. You know what I mean? And
help pass the time as well.
To pass the time, and then also I felt like it kind of like I really dove into, because I was by myself in a cell, solitary.
You were in solitary?
You know, I was for. Let me see. There was probably a good 3-4 stretches where I lived by myself for like not a long time, like weeks at a time, whatever the case was. Weeks or one time it was like a month or something like that.
Just being in a cell by yourself, you mean? Or
in a cell, 24-hour lockdown.
Just your own thoughts.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing nothing in the cell. Nothing. A metal rack with like a 2-inch mattress on it. You know what I'm saying? You're just sitting there, and that was where I was like, I really kind of like honed in, and I was like, I gotta make this work, bro, because look at this shit. Look where everything else got me. You know what I'm saying? So it was that. I remember it was one of my trips to the hole, and I was just like, no, I gotta make this shit work.
So what you doing out here in New York? I know you...
Being a fucking tourist.
All right. That's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
It's my first time, doggy. Like, nice. You know, so we went and we did the Summit One Vanderbilt.
Okay.
The big old lookout viewpoint took some pictures of the Empire State Building and whatnot.
Yeah.
That was cool. Hopped on the subway and took my ass to the Bronx.
Okay, all right.
Little Italy.
Oh, you went to Little Italy out there?
Little Italy.
You had a sandwich or whatever? You had an Italian sandwich?
What did I have?
Good in New York?
I had a pork chop that was like about this thick, and breaded and covered in cheese. I'm a fat boy, dog.
Okay, no,
yeah, that was
good.
Hell yeah, that's one thing. You guys' food out here, like you could throw a rock at a fucking deli and get a good bacon, egg, and cheese out. That you guys know how to do that well. I've had breakfast sandwiches my whole damn life, bro.
Yeah, we know for that. Yeah,
but the bacon, egg, is stupid. And then there's a little. I'm right here in Soho. There's this little bar called Off the Wagon. Homie, they got a chopped cheese. They got a kitchen in there.
You tried the chopped cheese? Yeah, you tried it, yeah.
Doggy. I had it from a couple places, but that bar...
Harlem is known for that, but
right.
It's all over New York now. But
that bar specifically, that Off the Wagon, shouts out to them. Their kitchen, it don't close till midnight, and they got a vicious chopped cheese. The shout out to Off the Wagon. That was it.
And I'm happy we got to connect. Shout out to Kylie for connecting us. He was on the show when he was in New York.
Man,
told me you coming out here.
That's a good. You know what's so funny, bro? Is I had hit everybody up. Hey, anybody got any connects in New York and whatnot? And a few people reached back out. I got you. But that gentleman right there, that dude right there, doggy, if you want a 16 or whatever you need, I know you didn't do it for that reason or nothing, but if you're watching this, bro, I owe you. Thank you. I got you.
Thank you.
You were the one person to come through and execute with your plug, so thank you. I really appreciate it.
Dope.
Yeah,
shout out to him. Yeah. I mean, I also been checking out on your Instagram page. Yeah. You dropped that 40-ounce freestyle.
40 Ounce Fridays, yes, sir.
40 Ounce Friday. What is that that you've been doing on a weekly basis?
Yeah, so for the last 280 plus weeks, every Friday I drink a 40 of Mickey's and then I rap.
Dope, yeah.
I had a hard time finding a 40 out here, so we just smoked.
Really? Okay.
We just
old 22s now?
Everything's like tall cans. I don't think I've seen a 40 in a liquor store out here. But so we just like rolled a bunch of tree, and that was our ounces for this week.
Well, so you recorded one in New York, right?
Did one in New York, man.
Nice.
Shouts out to everybody at the Culture House, everybody at Cookies over there for 6th and I think 35th.
So you filmed it, but with weed this time instead
we
of
were
40 ounce?
we were on the rooftop.
Yeah.
We were on the rooftop chilling.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It was a good time, man. Like I said, shouts out Melvin. What was the gentleman's name? Melvin and Derek over at the Culture House. Those dudes came through and you know, they didn't owe me anything. And they rolled the red carpet out. Nice. It was real, especially the kid Derek, man. He was the one that made the plug and called his higher up, dude Melvin, and then Melvin with like 2 text messages. Yeah, you're good. Come through.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't even, there was no song and dance or nothing like that. And the connection to Cookies, I've been sponsored by Cookies for like a couple years now.
Because they're a California company, now they open up the branch in Times Square.
Yeah. Shouts out Burner, man. He's been doing his thing. So basically, you know, his reach in the cannabis game, you know, goes back a long time, and he figured it out with the branding. You know, he's talked about it. You know, he got that sick colorway. He got that clean clean logo. He's got that script or that font with his company name in it, and he was off to the races. You know, he's the reason the Cookies has been so successful is he's definitely gonna always innovate and make sure that the flower's right, you know, but his merchandising is second to none.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you could have, you know, OG Killer Kush or whatever, that don't look good on a shirt. Cookies, you got these kids out here wearing, you know what I mean? You got kids with Cookies backpacks, Cookies hats, Cookies, you know what I mean? Because it looks cool.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, so shouts out to Burner, man. Yeah. Shouts out my boy Big Lux. He was the one that kind of brought me over there, brought me on. You know, and they just been floating me gear and I wear it and I go cool places. You know what I mean?
So what inspired you to put together the 40-ounce freestyle?
So yeah, so 40 Ounce Fridays came about because basically I had we were talking about music and taking it serious. I kind of come to a crossroads in my life a little over 5 years ago, and I had some personal stuff going on, and I had been fighting for custody of my daughter. I got custody of my daughter, but in the process of doing that, I had kind of stopped making music.
Okay.
And my boy Urban, from this rap group called All Angles, he had kind of stopped rapping, but he had always produced, you know, and made beats and whatnot, but he had gotten really heavy into it, and he was just killing shit. He had some really dope shit, and he's like, yo, Haz, you're not done rapping, bro. Like, let me give you some beats. So he showed me some beats. We recorded maybe like 8-9 records, and then we were talking about putting the project out. 40 Ounce Fridays was just supposed to be like the promotional vehicle.
Okay.
I was gonna ring off like 20 of them, and then we were at the end of like a 20-week run, I was gonna drop the music. But it kind of took on its own life, you know what I'm saying? And what really happened was...
How many have you released? Not to cut you off, but
282 now. So what happened was COVID. Really, COVID was what happened. So the first year that we started, we were just trying to do however many we were going to do. We hadn't set a number on it. We got to 20, 30, and we're like, bro, we're going to be able to do 40 of these. 40 ounces. That's pretty cool. And then I told him, well, shit, if we got 40, let's just do a year. And at the end of the year, we'll throw a big party. It'll be like a release party for our music. And it'll be, you know, whatever. And then maybe 6 weeks, 8 weeks before it would have been a year, the world shut down.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Everything shut down. Probably about 4 or 5 weeks before we would have got to a year. The damn world shut down. So we were looking at it like, yeah, what are we gonna, you know what I mean? Like, what are we gonna do? So
keep it going.
I'm at home. I got nothing else to do. I'm like, should I just keep dropping these? And my boy was like, all right. So I was recording them in my house, and then I would send him the files. He'd edit everything together and send them back. You know, we were putting them out like that. But I mean, we started. I always say, like, you know, perfection is the enemy of greatness, because and I got that from somebody, I don't know where, but I believe in that saying, right? Perfection is the enemy of greatness, because had I waited to try to get that, you know, series perfect, like the idea before starting, I would have never started.
Delayed. And
it's then, like now, you know, now we're over here and we did one in New York. You know what I'm saying? We've done a couple.
Now you're branching out.
We've done a couple we've done a couple in different locations over back in California.
Nice.
We've been to a couple people's studios. Hey, can you record one over here? When I get back, I got a list of like 3 places. You know what I mean? Like, it's to the point where like businesses are like, yo, how much can I pay you if you do 40 ounce for me?
Promote the business at
you know,
the same
promote
time.
The business.
Exactly.
Just rap inside my business. Like, you know, and we got like a waiting list for that at this point.
Nice,
so you know, it's been a blessing, man. And what I love about it more than anything else, we've had some viral moments with the series on TikTok and whatnot, and that's really expanded the base and the brand. But what I love about it is it's people knowing me for rap. Right? Does that make sense?
That's a spitter right there.
And that's like such a such a blessing to me, man. Like I remember when I first heard the word viral, right? I'm like, well, what does that even mean? And I'm like, oh, it went viral. And then I'm starting to watch people going viral for getting slapped with a whipped cream pie, or trying to light the asshole on fire. You know what I mean?
Shit.
They go and they fart and they light the asshole on fire. You gotta,
I got it,
you know. And I just remember thinking like, oh, I hope I never go viral for some weird shit. I just never, whatever. If I ever do, I hope it's not that, because it's like you could just be having a bad day.
I got it.
That was your Tuesday, and now it's got 50 billion views,
so
right?
True, yeah.
And so I always remember that was my worst fear. And then when this thing kind of set off, and we had the an old video of mine of me rapping in my voice pad, and we put it on TikTok. We did like 1 million views in like 10 hours, and then it just kept going.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And so my thing always is like, people will hit me like, hey, you're that guy that was like drunk freestyling in his boy's living room, right? And I'm like, yeah.
Drinking a 40 ounce, right?
Well, okay, so that one, no, this was before.
Okay.
So that video kind of helped inspire 40 ounce, right? So that video was like 2-3 years before I even started. So if we've been doing 40 ounce a little over 5 years, that video's got to be 7 years old at this point.
Okay.
And I was just blackout. It's funny because I was like blackout drunk. It's the end of the night, and The only thing we had left was some Michelob Ultras. And people were like, how's this fool blackout drunk off of Michelob? I'm like, okay, first of all, you drink enough of anything, it's going to get you there.
Yeah.
First of all, you drink enough of anything, it'll get you there. But I was like, secondly, but that was what I ended the night with. Like, you know what I mean? But it was hilarious because I never figured people would not let me live that down. I was like, look, Michelob Ultra is it's a dietarily responsible beer. All right, it goes down like a fat kid on a seesaw. I don't understand what the issue is.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't get the Michelob hate, but whatever.
Yeah. It's okay to switch it up sometimes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Exactly.
But that video is what kind of what kind of inspired 40 ounce, because when I had put that video out a long time ago, like on Facebook, and that had done the most views of anything I'd ever put out. And I remember telling the homie, like, hey man, they like when I was rapping drunk that one time. What if I did it every week? I said, but we'll switch it. We'll kind of tune it in. But I remember thinking, you know, what if we make it more concise? At that time, Instagram had just put out the whole, like, you could have a minute-long video.
Yeah, exactly.
That was brand new, right? Because it used to be like 10, 15 seconds or whatever it was. So, like, okay, a minute-long video, I could do some rapping in a minute, you know? And then I told him, well, we'll call it, you know, I'll drink a 40 and we'll call it 40 Ounce Fridays. And he was just like, bro, this is genius. Like, let's go. Like, let's run it. It just had a ring to it. You know what I mean? We were kind of off to the races at that point, man.
You ready to freestyle here in the car with me today? That's what we got you here for?
I mean, I think I could drop some bars, man. It's funny because it's a beautiful day in New York. I don't know if you know, I don't know if this weather's, you know, gonna agree with all my violent sentiments right now, but let's get it, man. I'm with it.
Where can people check you out online? What's the best place?
Yeah, all my socials is at I'm a Hazerd, the letter I, the letter M, the letter A, Hazerd, at I'm a Hazerd. That's TikTok, that's Instagram, Hazerd on all streaming platforms. A new podcast we just launched called The Gaslight Boys. We're gonna be running that on what Icon's YouTube channel. Trying to push for excellence in everything we do.
So, I'll put this on for you, all right?
Let's do it. And that's it, getting older now, I don't be understanding. We used to have to hide the money, we was rubber banded shit. Nowadays, y'all get a bag and Instagram it. You looking like lunch meat to those that are famished. My family finally understand that I was born a bandit. Enemies got bandaged when the burners got brandished. We don't pull it out for an entertainment advantage. We put it to your neck for your entertainer's advances. You ain't got the answers when the bullets make you sway hard. Born and stood a killer from the cradle to the graveyard. Chip slow, I pushed all in. Time to play cards, whatever I was dealt. Tight lip and kept my face hard. Hope you right with your spirit, I'm gonna make you face guard. Snuff you with no fair warning, call that the base guard. Commune on my barrel, you maggot, make you taste guard. Separate your physical state, so know your place, guard. Last of a dying breed, singular Mohican. Ride the Heisenberg with beacons that kept the fiends geeking. Horn from the IE, we invented tweaking. I can rap over the sample, but yo urban, bring the beat in. Smokers in the dope house, 4 a.m. peaking. Smoking Scante in the back, whole garage reeking. I was 15 when me and Fiend started speaking. I was only 16 when a Fiend sold me a speaker. I wanted to record, he said he could get it cheaper. No matter where I go, I'ma always love my heathens. Look, y'all don't get it though, flexing just to get the house. We were stretching flipper all so we could get the dough. First we kicked the door, then the pussies hit the floor. Had a pistol whip a hoe, what the sapient info. Y'all don't get it though, flexing just to get the hoes. We was stretching flipper, oh, so we could get the dough. First we hit the dough, then the pussies hit the floor. Had a pistol whip a hoe, what the sapient info. Tell me what the sapient info. Oh, that's your man shit, better go and get the phone. Let me talk to him, bitch, I better get the call. Where I'm standing out, burning down your bitch's stall. Yeah, better go and get the call. Yeah, better go and get the call.
Hazerd, Freestyle Drive, crazy, my man.
Let's really go off the top, though.
You really gonna go off the top?
Let's really go off the top.
Freestyle Drive, let's do it. Hazerd, Freestyle Drive.
Okay, we cruising around Soho. Yeah, I got the off the head flow, though. Yeah, here we go. Expensive like 20 pointers. Bending syllables like these corners. Go and hit the light. Time to get it right. I'm just taking fly like Mr. 23. And he's plenty G. He be plenty. See? Yeah. He got plenty free. Styles never written. Immaculate when spitting. Yeah. I got the rap game smitten. They talking about the dude. They got hands, no mittens. He just grabbed the mic and check it. Hazerd can freestyle to sound like a record. And he a broken record. All it is bars, 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 bars. We riding around in cars, cars, cars. They're like shotgun. That's a star, star, star. Yeah. And the flows are going far. Look, here we go. Get it off like a shook can of Pepsi, a shook can of Coke. Got them shook at they throat. Wait, yeah. I got them shook, they clearing they throat. Yeah. You know Hazerd doing the most. It's Hazerd to the mic. Check it 1, 2. Hazerd to the mic, gonna always come through with the sick crazy flow, and it is wavy though, and it's so wavy. Oh, I think I'm getting seasick. Wait, I think I'm getting sick. Yeah, and y'all could never see this. Y'all Stevie to my struggle. Here we go, another double entendre. Maybe a punch. I serve these rappers and I eat them for lunch. What? Yeah, that's what I serve it to myself. Wait, yo, I'm a hazard to your health. Wait, with the strap, I'll be a hazard to your wealth. Wait, yeah, I think I need the safe. No face, no case. So the ski mask is on. The ski mask is on. The ski mask and songs is what I write every day. Hey, wait, yeah, I'm from the IE, yeah, keeping it shook, man. After this, we gonna cross the bridge to Brooklyn.
Ooh, yes.
Yes, here we go, how I do from the 909, but my bars are like the 212, yeah, and y'all can check that for a little reference. Bet that, get that, never gonna step back. No, I'll never take a setback or a loss, it's just a lesson. Hazerd always sick, yeah. Like a Smithy, yeah, y'all can take the weapon, yeah, and y'all can take the, I'm never stressing, never that, always off the top, yeah, it's always sick and it's always hot, yeah, and he always gonna rock, no roll, here we go, this flow, yeah, it's never gonna stop, unless I feel like it, I guess I feel like it.
Man, that was dope,
man, thanks
brother.
for having me, Brody,
Freestyle
for real.
Drive. Make sure you check him out on IG.
Letter I, letter M, letter A. I always say it like that. Hazerd, man. Shouts out Freestyle Drive. I really appreciate you having me, doggy. We're gonna go to Brooklyn and like fog up some Italian food or something.
No doubt. You're gonna have a good time, man. You gotta check out all the 5 boroughs as much as possible before you head back home.
I think I'm gonna end up like 3 for 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to come back.
Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan.
I'm gonna have to, we did Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan. I'm gonna have to come back for Queens, I think.
Queens and Shaolin.
Queens
too.
get the money.
Yeah, don't forget
Queens
Staten
get the money.
too.
No, Staten. Look,
Yeah.
I think we might hop on the ferry. We're gonna cruise by Staten.
That'll be dope. That'll be dope.
So yeah, so it'll just be Queens then.
I got it.
We're gonna have to do it though.
That's dope.
Man, I seriously, man, thanks for having me. I like you here a lot. I was telling my lady, I gotta figure out how to make this rap shit work so I can get a second home here. I only want to be here like 2-3 months out the year.
I got it. Yeah.
Give me like
good
1
months, not the winter.
Well, you know what's funny? I told her I'll survive 1 month of winter just so we can stay here from like the day after Thanksgiving, like Black Friday. Black Friday to like a week before Christmas. Because I heard the city's like real lit at that time.
It is very nice.
It's a lot of shit to see and what. It'll be cold, but I can deal with it for a month.
Good.
You know what I mean? For a month, you can deal with it.
And now with climate change and all that, it's not even that cold as it used to be. When I was growing up, mad snow all the time. Now it's like once a year and barely happens. So you'll be good. You'll have a good time. I'm happy you're in New York.
Looking forward to it.
I'm happy New York treated you, nicely. And
so nice. I got to come back twice, baby.
Got to see you again, my brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Again, check him out. I'm a Hazerd.
I'm a Hazerd.
On
yes,
IG.
Sir.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.